Hello dear students, this is class 10th, chapter 1, real numbers. In this chapter, we first discuss some basic concepts with examples. First heading is algorithm. An algorithm is a series of well-defined steps which gives a procedure for solving a type of problem. Means we can solve a problem by following some steps in an algorithm. Lemma is a proven statement used for proving another statement. In this chapter, we will discuss Euclid's division lemma. Euclid's division lemma states that for given positive integers a and b, there exist unique integers q and r satisfying this equation, that is a equal to bq plus r, where r is less than b and greater than equal to 0. Here q is considered as quotient and r is considered as remainder. Euclid's division algorithm. It is a technique to compute HCF or highest common factor of two given positive integers. Euclid's division algorithm to obtain the HCF of two positive integers, say m and n, with m is greater than n is: step 1. We find q and r such that m equal to nq plus r, where r is less than n and greater than equal to 0. In step 2, if r equal to 0, then we will find HCF equal to n. If it is not so, if r is not equal to 0, then we have to apply the division lemma again to n and r. We continue this process till the remainder is 0. Example: we have to find HCF of 504 and 980 by using Euclid's division algorithm. Start with the larger integer, that is 980. Using Euclid's division algorithm, we get 980 equal to 504 into 1 plus 476. Now considering the divisor 504 and the remainder 476 and applying the division algorithm again, we get 504 equal to 476 into 1 plus 28. Now considering the divisor 476 and remainder 28 and applying the division algorithm again, we get 476 equal to 28 into 17 plus 0. Here remainder becomes 0, so we get HCF of 504 and 980 is 28. This. In second question, we have to show that any odd positive integer is of the form 6q plus 1 or 6q plus 3 or 6q plus 5, where q is some integer. Let a, this a, is a odd positive integer and we apply division algorithm with a, that is a equal to bq plus r. Here we can see that b equal to 6 because here 6q plus 1, 6q plus 3 and 6q plus 5. So on comparing these terms with a equal to bq plus r, we get b equal to 6. Possible values of r are less than 6 and greater than equal to 0. So these values are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Thus a can be written as 6q, 6q plus 1, 6q plus 2, 6q plus 3, 6q plus 4 and 6q plus 5. Since a is odd, we have to neglect its even values, that is 6q, 6q plus 2 and 6q plus 4. These are even values, so we have to neglect them. We find values of a are 6q plus 1, 6q plus 3 and 6q plus 5. Now let us discuss fundamental theorem of arithmetic. It states that every composite number can be expressed as a product of primes, and this factorization is unique, apart from the order in which the prime factors occur. Let us take an example to understand this. We factorize 32,760, we get this. Here we can see that 2, 3, 5, 7 and 13 are prime numbers, and we can change their order such that we can write this product as this. We can change order of their numbers. But this factorization is unique. We can only change their orders. Now let p is a prime number and a is a positive integer. If p divides a square, then p divides a also. For two positive numbers a and b, product of their LCM and HCF will be equal to their product, that is a into b. For example, if LCM of 26 and 91 is 182, we have to find their HCF. We use this relation, product of LCM and HCF equal to product of the numbers. Put the values of LCM equal to 182, value of A equal to 26 and value of B equal to 91. We find the value of HCF equal to 13, which is the required answer. Now, what are irrational numbers? A number is said to be irrational if it cannot be written in the form of P upon Q, where P and Q are integers and Q is not equal to 0. This statement we have already discussed in class 9th. Now, a number is irrational if and only if its decimal representation is non-terminating and non-repeating. For example, under root 2, under root 3, under root 5, pi, etc. These are irrational numbers because their decimal representation is non-terminating and non-repeating. Let us discuss a question. Here we have to prove that under root 2 is irrational. Let us consider it is rational, so it can be written as in the form of P upon Q. We consider root 2 equal to P upon Q, where P and Q are co-prime integers. This implies, on cross multiplying them, Q into root 2 equal to P. Squaring both sides, we get Q square into 2 equal to P square. From this term, we can see that 2 divides P square and P square is even because P square equal to 2 into Q square. It states that P square is even. And if P square is even, then P should also be even. Let P equal to 2C. Here C is any arbitrary constant. Let P equal to 2C for some integer, then equation 1 becomes, here we put P equal to 2C, this place. So squaring 2C, we get 4C square. We divide 4 by 2, we get Q square equal to 2 into C square. Similarly, from here we can see that Q square is even because Q square equal to 2 into C square. So Q square is even, this implies Q is also even. This contradicts our assumption that P and Q are co-prime integers as they both have a common factor 2. As we can see from here that P is even and Q is even. So both of them should have 2 as a common factor. And this contradicts our assumption that P and Q are co-prime integers. Hence, root 2 is irrational. Proved. In other question, if P upon Q is a rational number and Q not equal to 0, what is the condition of Q so that the decimal representation of P upon Q is terminating? This is a very important statement. For any rational number P upon Q with terminating decimal representation, The prime factorization of q is of the form 2 to the power n multiplied by 5 to the power m, where n and m are non-negative integers. Okay. If it is not so, their representation will be non-terminating and repeating. Next question, write a rational number between root 2 and root 3. There are two methods to solve this question. First, we use the traditional method. We have values of root 2 and root 3, that is 1.414 dot 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 and 1.732 dot dot dot. We can select any number between 1.42, which is greater than 1.41 dash dash, and 1.732, 1.73, which is less than 1.732, which is 1.73 is actually less than value of root 3, and 1.42 is actually greater than, slightly greater than value of under root 2. So we will choose a value between 1.42 and 1.73. So let 1.43 is a value between 1.42 and 1.73, which is the required answer. We can take any value between 1.42 and 1.73 to get this answer. Now let us take other method. Let q be the required number. So we put q as square of q is less than square of root 3 and square of q is greater than square of root 2. So it is lying between root 2 and root 3. So we take square of root 2, which is 2, square of root 3, which is 3. So square of q will be lying in between 2 and 3. Let us consider it is a perfect square. So we take q square equal to 2.25, which gives q equal to 1.5. As 2.25 is a perfect square of 1.5, so we get this value, q equal to 1.5. Here we have to complete the missing entries in a factory. It is very simple question. Here we have to multiply 7 and 3, we get 21, and 21 and 2 we multiplying we get 42. This is the solution. 7 3 is 21 and 21 2 is 42. Now we have to prove that root p and root q is irrational, where p and q are primes. Sum of two prime number is always prime, but first we have to prove that root p is irrational and root q is irrational. Sum of two irrational number is always irrational. Let root p is rational. First we consider that root p is rational, where root p can be written as a upon b. Here a and b are co-primes and b not equal to 0. So we square both sides. Value of p equal to a square upon b square. This gives p into b square equal to a square. Equation 1. Thus a square has a factor p. A square has a factor p. So a will also have a factor p. A also has a factor p. Now let a equal to pc, where c is any arbitrary constant. This gives a square equal to p square c square. We put this in equation 1. We get, here we write p square c square in place of a square. So we get p into b square equal to p square into c square. We divide p square by p, we get b square equal to p into c square. Thus b square has a factor p. B square has a factor p. So b will also have a factor p. B also has a factor p. This shows that a and b both have a common factor p, because a also has a factor p and b also has a factor p. So both of them have a common factor p, which is not possible, which contradicts the statement that that is a and b are co-primes. So our assumption is wrong. Thus for p is prime, root p must be irrational. Similarly, root q is also irrational and sum of two irrational number is also irrational. Thank you.